Hi there. We're going to do a video on sectors and arc length, and I have this all set up, and there's a big old word problem here, and it's a three-parter, and it says a sector has an area of 15.3 square meters, and the radius of the circle is 3 meters. So when you do this, we should first probably figure out what this is actually talking about. So if we have a circle, whatever it is, it's going to have the sector of it, which is, a pie-shaped wedge. The area of that, in this case, is 15.3 square meters. Now, we don't know what the angle is, though. That's what it's trying to get us to figure out here, is what's the radian measure of the angle. So what we do is we are going to go back to our formula, which is A equals 1/2 r squared theta, where r is, of course, a radius, and this is the angle in radians. Well, that's good news, because A wants us to figure out what's the radian measure of the central angle. And by the way, a central angle is the angle formed by the center going out like that. Like, that would be a central angle, and that would be a central angle. So let's figure this out. We know this is our radius, r, and this is a right here. That's the square meters. So if we substitute what we know and what we don't know into this, it's going to be 15.3. Now, for the sake of clutter, I'm going to leave the square meters off that and just call that 15.3. And that's 1/2 r squared. Well, that's going to be 3 to the second power times this angle theta that we're trying to find. So in this case, our variable for part A is going to be this theta right here. So this will work out to be 15.3 equals half. And of course, you've got to do the exponent first. So that's going to be half times 9 times theta. Well, we're continuing to plow through this here. That's 15.3 equals, now half of 9 is 4.5 theta. And just like any variable, you would solve, becomes a coefficient. You would divide by that coefficient, 4.5. And so theta is going to equal about 3.4 if you do that. So 15, let me just double check that, 15.3 divided by 4.5 is 3.4. Okay, so now that is, since this is in radians, this is going to be 3.4 radians. So that would be the answer to part A, 3.4 radians. Well, we know that there's 6.28 radians in a circle, so this is about half a circle. So this angle theta is pretty large. Well, B wants us to know what's the degree measure of it. So if we have an angle, this will be, let me do part B in a different color. Hold on one second. A nice blue color. So this is be part B here. If we have 3.4 radians and I want to know how many degrees that is, there's two ways to do it. One way would be to take 3.4 times 180 over pi. And that's going to equal, let's see here, so 3.4 times 180 equals, divided by pi, is 194.8. 194.8 degrees, and that would be degrees right there. So it is over half a spin. 180 would be half a spin. That's over half a spin. That's one way to do it. We also know that this 180 over pi is equal to the number of radian or degrees there are in a radian, which is the magic number 57.3. So you could have just done 3.4 times 57.3, and that will also give you this answer. So for part B, get back to my blue color, so that's 194.8 degrees. All right, cool. One more. Next thing would be to find the arc length of a sector. Well, that's a different formula. I'll put C right here. And that is one of the most simple formulas, S equals R theta. And that was from last week. S equals r theta. Remember, the arc length is how far the crust is. It's how long the crust is. The arc length, that would be S right there. So if I had to do that, and of course this is, just to review this is a radius, and this is the angle in radians. All right, so I want to go back. I don't want to use this. I don't want to use that right there. I don't want to use 194. And I want to know the arc length, which is S. So S, arc length, let's label that right here, just so there's no confusion. Arc length. There we go. S equals R, which the radius didn't change, so that's 3 meters, times the degree in radians, which is this right here, so 3.4. So 3 times 3.4 is about 10.2 meters. So we are not talking about pizza, right? This is 10.2 meters. That's like over 30 feet of pizza crust. That would be large. But 192 degree angle, you know, would be more than half of that circle right there. So that would be part C, 10.2 meters for the arc length. All right, that's it. Hope you liked that one. Have a good one.